My name is Mark Maingard. I used to live in Cape Town. Now I live in Cape St. Francis. It's a surf town. It's a nice fishing town. I'm semi-retired. I've been doing this for 40 years, so for me it's a grace that I can move away from a big city and still bring my workshop with me and still have a lot of work. And I really feel blessed about that. I only make to order. I have an agent in Japan, an agent in America, and in the UK. They contact me, and I'm booked for the next 5 years. I'm fully booked. It's astonishing, and it's amazing. But I've worked hard at it. It's been an enormous amount of time taken to perfect a craft to the nth degree of perfection. To really not push something that you're not happy with, to put it on the wall and walk away and come back the next day. I think if anybody asks me what's a tip to reach a level of craftsmanship like this, it's not to push yourself over, just to realize you're human, but to come back to it. My first touch of wood was when I was 5 years old, and my mother and father had a friend who was a cabinet maker. And I've thought about this, and I remember walking into his workshop, and the smell of the wood, as we say in South Africa, die klank van die hout, die klank, I loved it. It just touched me, and every time we went to visit there, I only wanted to be in there. I didn't want to go play with the other friends. I just wanted to be in the wood workshop looking at the wood, and that was the beginning of an incredible love and a passion for woodwork and being involved with wood. Brazilian rosewood, European spruce, European cedar are well known in the industry for the last 300-400 years as the very best tone woods to use for instruments. The wood that I have here on these instruments is unfortunately now under what's called CITES restriction. It's the same as for ivory, for rhino horn, because it's endangered wood. So I'm incredibly privileged, if you want, to even touch this wood. I mean, when I look at pieces like that, this is what I start with, just a piece like this, and to sort of finish up with that. But that's where we're going. And this wood, not only that, but it's also extremely expensive. A piece of wood like this, just these two pieces, I shouldn't say it too loud, it's probably around 20,000 rands. Just these two pieces of wood and two matching sides. That's what it would sell for in the marketplace, because it's unavailable. You can't get it anymore. The new woods that they have grown in perfect forestry conditions don't have this. And that brings me to an interesting point, because it's like, I think if I look at my life, being 65 years old, I can do that, and look back on how I am as a person, I think that if I hadn't had the things that happened to me, which happened to me, I'd be half the person I am right now. And life is about a struggle. The journey is not an easy journey. Nobody said it was going to be an easy one. And the Brazilian rosewood trees that are grown under perfect conditions have perfect grain. You wouldn't think there was anything wrong with them. It's like a model on the ramp. You'd think, wow, my God, she's absolutely perfect. And it's the same with these. So these have all grown in harsh forest jungle conditions, and you see it. You see it in the wood, and I think we see it in people. Those of us that have struggled, and those of us that were born with a silver spoon in our mouth, there's a difference between the two. I've been coming up here for 40-50 years as a surfer, and I've seen this kind of Knysna come up and go down, and currently it's in a bit of an impasse, and I think Knysna was built out of wood. It's surrounded by forests. It makes sense that it should be the forest and the trees that pull the people back in to come and see what we have here. This guitar here, this is African blackwood. It comes from this continent. It comes from our country. It comes from our continent. It's African. We have fantastic woods here. I mean, look at this. It's an astonishing piece of wood, and it makes very nice guitars, and they're hard to come by. But so we have really, look at this table. This is a piece of yellow wood. I mean, it's an astonishing piece of yellow wood from these forests. So I think it's viable. It's going to take people to bring people back in as well, people with a heart, to bring it back for everybody, for everybody of all colors to reconnect. The man that invited me here, Daniel Mellon from the Triton, he invited me to come here he came to see me at Cape Town. He says, I can't believe you're South African, and you're almost hidden away at the back here. And I do hide a bit, you know. It's busy overseas, and I like to be here and sort of in the corner, you know. I think it's the wood, it's the passion. I think it's the passion of the woodworkers. It's the passion of the people who work the wood, who go into the forest to cut these trees. That's the story of Knysna.